What is up, locker heads? I am here to re-review StorageTreasures.com, where I buy 90% of my lockers. I do still go to some live auctions here or there, only because Storage Treasures lost extra space. The time I was doing my first review, I was buying about 99% of my lockers through them because extra space was with them, but now they're not anymore. And that's probably because, the website had a lot of problems when I did my first review. And just to be clear, they're not paying me to do this review. This is something I'm doing because a lot of you guys ask where I buy my lockers in a lot of the videos. I know I've met some of you guys, at the facilities that have told me you've either watched my stuff or started buying because you've seen my videos and you liked it and you started buying because of it. Thank you for all the support, by the way. But I'm going to give them another chance because I know I've been using them again, and they've cleaned up a lot of the almost all the bugs, and they've been adding a lot of new features and stuff that's going to make the website even better and more user-friendly in the future, if it comes to fruition. But we're going to talk about some of the, the differences from then to now. I remember when the website was first transitioning, it was really slow. The old website was really slow. And then the website, when we were trying to use it when they first transitioned, what do you call it? It was slow, or the website would crash, or the links would be all broken. And now I am pleased to inform you that almost all the links are working for all the, all the links are working for all the important stuff. And the majority of the links on the website work. I know there's a few things they're still working on, but compared to the old website, it's 100 times faster. Like, I remember getting pages to load and stuff on the old website sometimes was hard, but now it's very simple. It loads like that, very fast, very easy. Here, let's take a look at it. The layout of it is a lot nicer than it used to be on the old website. Hold on, sorry about that. But yeah, the layout is much, much nicer than it used to be. It's a lot cleaner than it was. There's a lot more options, and all these options work. One of the things I am missing is the old message boards. I know it was ended up, by the time it was at the end, it ended up getting spammed by people. This is one of the features that I'm hoping is going to work in the past, because you can put 5 facilities on here right now, but you don't actually get any notifications or anything, because one of these went up and I didn't get a notification for it. But hopefully in the future they work everything out with this, because this is going to be such an amazing feature. But this part right here is amazing. You have your auctions that you're watching on this side, and then the bids on this side, so you can keep track of both. And it makes it a lot easier than the old website, because the old website was just rows and rows of watch lists, and I remember it took a long time to load. And this one, it's all on one page. And then it's also the bid. It shows all the bids you have. So it's a good way to keep track of all that. I think it's a really nice layout. And then let's go to the bid manager tab, which is something that, sorry, that's my computer. It's something that wasn't working for a while, and then when it was working, it was very buggy when we first did this. I remember I won like 2 lockers on the old website, and I still wasn't able to pay for them or get invoices for them. They've totally fixed that. That is completely fixed. This shows you, though, this is a feature they've added recently, and I'm so happy they added this again. But actually, this picture is usually better than the old ones used to be. The old ones were a lot smaller. But it shows you which locker it is, so you can, it's a lot easier to remember. And now you can update your max bid from here, and then this pops out, boom. See that? And it pops out the one you want to bid on, which is a great feature. I love that they added that. And updating the max bid, so you see somebody's getting close to your bid and you want to bid more, you just click that, and this works now, because for a while this feature wasn't working, but it works great now. I use it all the time. Oh, the good thing is too, it's by date. So like this is March 3rd, these are March 15th, up to the 17th. And then the invoices page is very good. See, it shows you all the different invoices like this, which is a much better system than it was. One thing I noticed too that I really liked is like the invoices and stuff on the old website. Sometimes, I don't know what it was, but on the old website sometimes they would disappear completely and you wouldn't have a record of it, you know, for your taxes or just for your own whatever personal records that you wanted. Now I haven't, every one I've gone back to look at, I've had a record of, which is amazing. I'm happy that they don't disappear anymore. Let's go back to this. Oh, one of the things I wanted to talk about was for a while the website was having issues with notifications. I was either getting the notification like 2 days later or not at all. And, you know, some of them I was getting on time, but the majority of them were either late or, I never even got. And it was costing me some lockers here and there, you know, because there's some I put bids on that aren't that important, but I'd like to win. So, you know, sometimes I just forget about them, and I wasn't getting any notifications, though. So I thought I was still a high bidder. But I ended up losing them. But I'm glad to say, at least on my end, I don't know about everybody, but on my end, they've all been fixed. I've gotten all the notifications anytime I'm outbid, anytime, even if my bid is increased because somebody else bids, I've been getting those notifications, which is really good. The bookmark facilities thing, I think when they finally get it down packed, is going to be an amazing feature. Because, like, say, I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but if it works how I think it's going to work, where, like, if a bookmark facility puts up some auctions for sale, and you get a notification, that way you don't have to constantly check. Because I personally constantly check the site all the time, just to make sure, you know, there's not a website that went up, not a website, an auction that went up that I'm missing. So if they're able to bookmark it, and anytime that facility puts up a unit for auction or units for auction, that would make it a lot easier. Don't have to waste as much time just looking around. Like now, like today, I just found like a new auction that was in my area. It was one of the pages I would have normally had. But yeah, so in my area, a new auction just went up today, I believe. It was either today or yesterday. And I would have never known if I didn't check, you know, every single page every day, which is something I do constantly. And it's a facility I would have had bookmarked. So I hope when the bookmark thing comes out, it gives you a notification anytime that facility puts up new auctions, which would be amazing. I'd be really happy about that. So I'm hoping that's how it works, and I'm looking forward to that feature. Definitely looking forward to that feature. One thing that I don't know if they are able to do, but it's a feature I would love to see from them, is being able to pay the unit online. I know a lot of facilities only accept cash, but there are a bunch of facilities that do accept credit card. So I don't know why. Well, I kind of get why, but if we're going through storagetreasures.com, our identity kind of has to be verified anyway, because we're paying with our credit cards and everything. So I don't know why, like, you can't pay for, even if it's just the facilities that you could pay for with credit cards, why you can't pay for with credit cards or, you know, debit cards or whatever card. I think that would be good, because what happened to me last week, and it's happened to me in the past, is when you win a locker and you're literally driving to go to it, and some of them are far away. Like I was on the way, I think it was like 45 minutes, an hour away. Especially I live in New York, there's a lot of traffic. So I'm on my way, and the person paid for the room. I mean, yes, it's good for them that they paid for the room, but in the same breath, you know, it would have been a lot easier if I didn't have to drive. I was like probably I was already driving for like 30 minutes. And then to have to go home after that is kind of frustrating. So to be able to pay online, or maybe come up with some other way, like figure out a different way, because there's been a bunch of times in the past where I've wasted my time and money, traveling to a place and it gets paid for before I even get there. Like as I'm in transit though. When it gets paid for when the auction's going on, that doesn't bother me. But when you're when you're literally 90% of the way there, and it gets paid for, and you have to turn around, it's very frustrating. So maybe there's a way, to pay with the credit card or debit card. I don't know, but that'd be a great feature to see in the future. I would definitely welcome that. Oh, one of the biggest things, because I used to get confused sometimes. I guess it's my own stupidity, but it shows the exact date and time in your area, like Eastern is me. So it shows the exact date and time when the auction ends, which helps me out a lot, because I remember on the old site there was never like it didn't say it underneath. Now it says it here. I'll show you. So we got this. We'll go here. Boom. I'll go here. And you see, like, yeah, it says 11 days, 18 hours, 52 minutes. I don't know. It could be my own stupidity, but I would get confused sometimes trying to count all that. But right here, it says March 14th, 2017, 2 p.m. And it's for my local time. Because I know when you don't have it on, when you're not in your account and you don't have where you live on, it goes to Arizona's time. Because I remember that happened to me once. That confused me. But overall, I would give this website right now a solid 9. Like I said, with the bookmark update and maybe being able to pay, could go to a 10. But right now, I'd give it a 9 easily, because it's faster. It's much easier to use than the old website. It took a little while to get used to. One of the other things I meant to talk about. Let me move myself. Oh, this chat button makes it a lot easier too to communicate with them. Boom. And you just put your name, phone number, email, and then, there's stuff you can do. I know that feature's helped me out a lot personally. Because there's always stuff that happens once in a while where you need to contact them. And the customer service since the last video is phenomenal. Because I remember in the last video, it wasn't just me. On their social media, thestorydtreasures.com, they weren't answering the phones, this and that. That's all changed. Anytime you call now, at least in my experience, I can only go by my experience, but every time I've called, I've gotten a response right away. Every time I've emailed, I get responses in a timely fashion. Everyone over there is very nice, very helpful. When they were doing the transition, though, it was a little rough because, I don't know exactly what was going on, but it was very rough during the transition to the new website. But they've definitely, in my opinion, showed that they really do care about us buyers. Let's hope. Oops. There. But they've definitely showed that they care about us buyers. I can't click on myself. I'm trying to click on myself. There we go. Oh. There we go. But they definitely showed they care about us buyers. And, I'm not going to sit here and say it was the smoothest transition ever, but they really did, instead of giving up or, completely ignoring us, they did listen to a lot of the things we were saying, like adding the 5-mile, 10-mile, 25-mile radiuses, because I remember that was the thing where it was originally only 25 miles, which I live in New York City, and I would get, like, places I would never go to because it takes, like, a 25-mile trip for an old person isn't a 25-mile trip for someone from New York City. I remember I bought a locker 25 miles away in Jersey, and it took, like, 3 hours to get there. So, that's I prefer to stay in my city. So they listened to us with that. They've listened to us with a lot of other stuff. I know I've spoke with Mr. Chitty a few times. and he's really been receptive and listened. And I want to thank them for that. I'm going to continue to be a customer. I still do about 90-95% of my locker buying on here. I do still go to live auctions, like I said, just because Extra Space decided to move away from the online and go back to live. I hope they do come back to online because Extra Space was one of my favorite facilities. It is still one of my favorites. That's why I still go. They're very clean, run very well. So is CubeSmart. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Comment below if there's anything I missed or any questions you guys have. Thanks for watching.